days, his words imbued with affirmation and encouragement. President Xia, and all the esteemed members, I raise my glass to commend your stellar performance on the development of 2048. This game is not merely a simple numerical puzzle. It marks the inception of our collaboration, the first stride towards our shared success. With spirited confidence, he scanned the crowd, his eyes sparkling with assurance. Once 2048 successfully launches and begins to profit, I guarantee that in addition to the previously agreed development fees, there will be even more generous bonuses and dividends awaiting all of you. And this is just the beginning. Wang Gan's voice resonated with a captivating fervor. In the future, we have even more ambitious and lucrative projects to undertake together. I, Wang Gan, pledge that as long as you diligently follow my lead, I will ensure that each of you achieves financial independence before graduation. As Xia Yuran and her team listened to Wang Gan's impassioned declarations, their faces flushed with excitement. Their spirits ignited. The total development fee of 40,000 they had received was already a significant sum for these soon-to-be graduates, enough for them to flaunt among their peers. Yet at this moment, as they absorbed Wang Gan's vision of even more substantial bonuses and dividends, the prospect of financial freedom, they suddenly felt that 40,000 seemed less enticing. Coupled with the seemingly simple yet captivatingly addictive gameplay of 2048 and Wang Gan's assured demeanor, a complex wave of emotions surged within them. On one hand, they felt fortunate and grateful to be part of such a promising project, receiving such generous treatment from Wang Gan. Following such a wealthy and discerning employer, the future seems exceedingly bright. On the other hand, there lingers a subtle sense among them that the 40,000 yuan offered by Wang Gan may, in light of the immense potential value this game could generate, be but a mere drop in the ocean. In private, several core technical staff members, such as Zhang Chong and Li Ming, harbor a hint of regret. They ponder why, during the discussions of collaboration, they settled for a mere fixed development fee instead of mustering the courage to negotiate for even a sliver of equity or profit sharing from Wang Gan. Even a minuscule 1%, or even a thousandth, could translate into astronomical figures if the game truly achieves the worldwide acclaim Wang Gan envisions. Naturally, such impractical thoughts are only whispered in the recesses of their minds. The undeniable aura surrounding Wang Gan, along with his piercing gaze that seems to penetrate the very souls of others, renders them hesitant to voice any demands that exceed their agreed terms. During the banquet, a typically reserved and bespectacled tech enthusiast, Xiao Lu, summoned his courage and, with a slight stutter, inquired, "Do you truly possess such unwavering confidence in this game, 2048? To be frank, we, while developing it, wondered if it might be a tad too simplistic. Are we not concerned that players may tire of it quickly, lacking any long-term allure?" This query, indeed, echoed the sentiments of many within the team. Wang Gan, upon hearing this, offered a mysterious smile. He lifted his glass of Maotai, gently swirling the clear liquid within, his eyes shimmering with an inscrutable brilliance. Simplicity facilitates dissemination and ease of engagement, does it not? He countered, his tone unassuming yet imbued with a persuasive authority. The more straightforward the concept, the more it resonates with the human heart. As for addiction, that is the essence of this game. He paused, surveying the audience, his tone becoming resolute. Mark my words, this 2048 will spread like an unforeseen virus, sweeping through the entirety of Mailing University, then the entire city of Mailing, perhaps even the world. It will ensnare countless individuals, leaving them utterly captivated. He raised his glass high, his gaze fervent, his voice brimming with passion. To the glorious success of 2048, to our shared bright future. Cheers! Cheers! The attendees, inspired by Wang Gan's grand ambitions, raised their glasses in response, the crisp sound of clinking glasses resonating throughout the private room. The celebratory feast continued until the late hours of the night. Xia Yuran and her team members, flushed and inebriated, found their tongues twisted yet their spirits remarkably elevated. Chapter 96. Achieving small goals with the conclusion of Xia Yuran's team's celebratory banquet, it was already midnight. Wang Gan politely declined Xia Yuan's suggestion for further festivities and drove back alone to the Shuxiang Yuan. It was not that he was unwilling to be taken advantage of by them. For him, there was a far more crucial battle awaiting that night: the World Cup group match between Algeria and South Korea. This event held the potential to determine whether his assets would exceed the monumental threshold of 100 million yuan. Upon returning home, Wang Gan first took a refreshing shower and donned a comfortable silk loungewear. He then retrieved a bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon from the temperature-controlled wine cabinet to aerate. Settling onto the expansive, plush custom sofa in the living room, he faced a colossal projection screen that nearly occupied an entire wall. Having adjusted everything to his satisfaction, he awaited the commencement of the match. Suddenly, the doorbell rang, startling him. Wang Gan raised an eyebrow in surprise, as he had not made any plans. Peering through the peephole, he was taken aback to see Sun Qing, adorned in a sultry spaghetti-strap dress and with meticulously applied makeup. She appeared to have made a special effort for this visit. As he opened the door, Sun Qing greeted him with a sweet smile, presenting a fruit basket. "Gunskao, you haven't been to the Hilton in several days, so I thought I would keep you company for the game." Wang Gan noncommittally allowed her to enter. Sun Qing sensibly placed the fruit on the coffee table and then sat obediently beside him, her gaze occasionally darting toward him, tinged with a hint of apprehension. She was acutely aware that her uninvited presence might displease Wang Gan. Yet the prospect of a wealthy young man who casually spent millions on bets was too enticing to ignore. The afternoon had brought her a sense of urgency, especially after Chen Jing had instilled a feeling of crisis within her. Moreover, she found Wang Gan to be a remarkable individual, not one to act without reason. After all, he had won on a bet she had facilitated regarding a Spanish match. Consequently, she had secretly utilized the 10,000 yuan he had given her for errands to place her own wager. A few minutes later, the doorbell chimed once more, and this time, Wang Gan was genuinely surprised. The screen revealed that Chen Jing stood outside, clad in a modest dress that starkly contrasted with Sun Qing's provocative attire. She bore a similar expression of unease and anticipation. Upon opening the door, Chen Jing spoke in a hushed, somewhat awkward tone. "Gan Xiao, I had another altercation with Wu Yue in the dorm." Her gaze faltered upon noticing Sun Qing comfortably seated in the living room, but quickly regained its composure, though a flicker of wariness flashed in her eyes. Earlier that afternoon, when Sun Qing and Chen Jing had delivered the lottery tickets, an unexpected encounter had transpired. Although they maintained a facade of politeness, both sensed an undercurrent of tension in each other's demeanor. They understood well that a man like Wang Gan, an ideal son-in-law, could not possibly have only one woman by his side. This pivotal match that evening would be an excellent opportunity for them to assert themselves and solidify their positions. Thus, they both independently resolved to make a surprise visit. Wang Gan observed the subtly charged atmosphere before him, inwardly amused, yet maintaining an impassive exterior. "Oh, everyone is here? Perfect. Let us enjoy the game together," he remarked casually, gesturing toward the refrigerator for drinks, as if they were merely ordinary guests. Sun Qing and Chen Jing acknowledged his invitation, and after a brief moment of awkwardness, the impending match infused the air with tension. Sun Qing adjusted her seating position, deliberately accentuating her curves, while Chen Jing, seemingly nonchalant, inched closer to Wang Gan while pouring water, her voice imbued with an added softness. Invisible sparks crackled between them, yet both exercised restraint, refraining from directing their competitive energies toward each other, daring not to reveal any dissatisfaction in front of Wang Gan. The match between Algeria and South Korea commenced at 3 o'clock in the morning on June 22nd, according to Brazilian time. Wang Gan reclined casually on the sofa, savoring his red wine with an air of confidence. Meanwhile, Sun Qing and Chen Jing anxiously fixated on the screen. Although the 2 million was not their expenditure, both women were considerably more tense than Wang Gan. Lacking any understanding of football, their every judgment stemmed from Wang Gan's expressions. As the match unfolded as Wang Gan had anticipated, Algeria scored 3 goals in the first half, leading 3-0. Observing the smile playing at the corners of Wang Gan's mouth, Sun Qing couldn't help but feel a surge of excitement, clenching her fists and silently praying for her 5,000 yuan bet. Chen Jing, on the other hand, focused more on Wang Gan, attempting to decipher information from his every subtle expression. She marveled at the man before her, who epitomized the essence of a wealthy heir, exuding an undeniable aura of dominance. During halftime, Wang Gan remarked nonchalantly, "It seems the first half was played rather well." Sun Qing quickly interjected, "You're incredible, Master Gan. How did you foresee this?" As she spoke, she casually refilled Wang Gan's glass of red wine, her ample bosom brushing against his arm with intention. Chen Jing, unwilling to be outdone, sweetly praised, "Master Gan, you truly are remarkable, so assured about everything." She rose to fetch some exquisite snacks, placing them delicately beside Wang Gan, her movements gentle and considerate. In the second half, South Korea managed to score a goal, making it 3-1. Sun Qing and Chen Jing's hearts raced, especially Sun Qing, who feared that the cooked duck might fly away. Wang Gan remained unperturbed, merely taking a sip of his red wine. Indeed, Algeria netted another goal, bringing the score to 4-1. At that moment, a slight twitch appeared on Wang Gan's brow. One of the two scores he had bet on was nearing fruition. The two women erupted in cheers. However, South Korea subsequently scored again, and the final score settled at 4-2. When the final whistle blew and the projection screen displayed the score of 4-2, the living room fell into a brief silence. Wang Gan exhaled slowly, a smile of satisfaction gracing his face. Although he had missed the 4-1 score, incurring a loss of $2 million in principal, the 4-2 score had been perfectly predicted. With a principal of $2 million and a high odds payout, the returns were astonishing. "It's done. Master Gan, it's 4-2. Your bet on 4-2 hit, right?" Sun Qing was the first to react, leaping up in excitement, her voice trembling. The 5,000 yuan she had bet on 4-2 would yield a modest profit. Chen Jing's eyes widened in disbelief as she gazed at Wang Gan, her tone filled with astonishment. "Master Gan, did you really win again?" Wang Gan set down his wine glass, smiling calmly. "Luck seems to be on my side. The 4-2 bet of 1 million paid off, earning me some pocket money." "Pocket money?" Sun Qing and Chen Jing gasped in shock, exclaiming in unison. They were aware of the 38-fold odds, equating to 38 million. Deducting the 2 million cost left a pure profit of 36 million. The speed of this profit was swifter than robbing a bank. In truth, they were unaware that Wang Gan had actually won 2 million. Sun Qing's eyes sparkled with excitement, nearly pressing herself against Wang Gan, her voice sultry and enchanting. "Gan Xiao, you are truly my idol. Incredible. I invested 5,042 as well, and now I can earn a little pocket money." She skillfully showcased her acumen, subtly hinting at her loyalty. Chen Jing, however, experienced a different kind of shock. Observing Wang Gan's nonchalant demeanor stirred a tempest within her. She bit her lip in frustration. If only she had been as clever as Sun Qing. Even investing a mere 1 or 2,000 would have yielded a tidy profit and a chance to catch Gan Xiao's eye. Wang Gan reveled in the adoration and fervent looks from both women while his mind raced with calculations. The 200 million and 42 score boasted an exceptionally high combined odds, yielding a net profit of 72 million after deducting the principal. With his previous assets, his total fortune finally ascended to the monumental threshold of 100 million. A billionaire, he had achieved it. Gazing at the two captivating women beside him, each with their unique intentions, yet striving to impress him, a wave of intoxicating desire for control surged within him. He reached out, wrapping one arm around Sun Qing's waist while gently lifting Chen Jing's chin with the other, a mischievous smile gracing his lips. "Tonight calls for celebration. You have both worked hard. Why not stay and share a few drinks with me?" Both Sun Qing and Chen Jing stiffened momentarily, then exchanged knowing glances brimming with delight. They clearly understood the implications of Wang Gan's words. Despite the undercurrents of tension between them, their common goal at that moment was to please the man before them. Sun Qing, with a flirtatious gaze, nestled into Wang Gan's embrace. "Gan Xiao, whatever you desire for our company, we shall comply." Chen Jing, bashfully lowering her head, her cheeks flushed, added in a voice as soft as a whisper, "We will heed Gan Xiao's wishes." As night deepened, the mingling aromas of red wine and women's perfume enveloped the living room, creating an atmosphere thick with seduction and warmth. The post-match analysis on the projection screen faded into obscurity as garments were shed on the sofa and breaths grew increasingly labored. Chapter 97. Chin Chin offers strategies. The Fair One has intentions. The following morning, Wang Gan entered the campus with a refreshing spirit. The confidence born from his billionaire status radiated an ineffable calmness and self-assurance. His purpose for visiting the school today was primarily to check on the progress of the 2048 game's packaging and launch, while also contemplating its preliminary promotional strategies. In the student council office, Bai Jie was listlessly perusing documents. Since her previous failed attempt to approach Wang Gan, she had become somewhat despondent. Her friend, Chun Xinyue, had repeatedly urged her, Jie, girls should prioritize self-love and empowerment, focusing on their studies and personal development instead of trying to attach themselves to someone. Look at someone like Wang Gan. He is never sure of admirers. Bai Jie nodded in agreement. Yet her thoughts lingered on Wang Gan's extravagant demeanor and his strikingly carefree presence. At that moment, Chun Xinyue, also from the foreign language department, burst into the room with barely concealed excitement. She walked directly to Bai Jie, lowering her voice. Jie, I found out that Wang Gan is on campus today, apparently over at the computer club. The funding for the football night has yet to be secured, and I am inclined to visit him again to see if I can garner some sponsorship. Moreover, this presents a splendid opportunity to cultivate a closer relationship with him. Bai Jie was momentarily taken aback, observing the glimmer of determination in Chen Xinyue's eyes, and hesitated. He does not even accord respect to Vice Chairman Zhang Hong. Will he heed us? Furthermore, did you not mention the importance of self-reliance? Chen Xinyue rolled her eyes playfully at her friend. Silly girl. Zhang Hong embodies a bureaucratic demeanor that can often be off-putting. It's only natural to encounter resistance. If we adopt a more humble stance, perhaps Wang Gan will respond more favorably to gentleness than to force. If we succeed, it will undoubtedly showcase our capabilities. Besides, self-reliance and seizing opportunities are not mutually exclusive. Who's Wang Gan? He is a bona fide scion of wealth. It is rumored that he is currently venturing into game development. If we do not actively pursue such connections, shall we simply wait for opportunities to fall into our laps? Moreover, even if we fail to secure sponsorship, just having a conversation with him and becoming familiar with him is advantageous. She patted Bai Jie on the shoulder, her tone imbued with undeniable conviction. I will go and scout the situation, await my news. With that, she tidied her appearance, took a deep breath, and headed toward the computer society. Indeed, Chun Xinyue approached under the pretense of seeking sponsorship, but her deeper motive was to find an opportunity to formally introduce herself to Wang Gan. She had long been curious about this campus figure and felt an indescribable yearning for him. As for Bai Jie's feelings toward Wang Gan, Chun Xinyue was aware of them, and, while advising her friend to be self-sufficient, secretly entertained her own aspirations in that regard. In her view, Bai Jie was overly endowed, yet lacked the intellect to capture such a high-caliber man. Within the computer society, Wang Gan was engaged in a discussion with Xia Yuran regarding the details of submitting the 2048 game for review by the App Store. Wang Xuezhang, a melodious voice called out. Wang Gan turned to see a young woman dressed elegantly in a white shirt and black skirt, exuding a youthful vibrancy. It was Chun Xinyue. Who are you? Wang Gan had a vague recollection of her, but could not place her department. Hello, Wang Xuezhang. I am Chun Xinyue from the Student Union's External Relations Department. She introduced herself with poise, her face adorned with a sweet smile. Forgive my intrusion, but I wish to discuss the sponsorship for our department's football night event. I am aware that there may have been some misunderstandings during the prior communication with Vice Chairman Zhang Hong. She cleverly mentioned Zhang Hong, indicating her awareness of the previous context while distancing herself from him. Upon hearing her words, a smirk of disdain crossed Wang Gan's face. That Zhang Hong, with his pompous bureaucratic attitude, presumed he could simply demand funding as if he were someone of significance. Although he had amassed a considerable sum from sports betting, he held little interest in football night. His mind was currently consumed with thoughts of promoting his 2048 game. However, upon gazing at the humble yet radiant young woman before him, he found her far more agreeable than Zhang Hong, and a sudden impulse stirred within him. As for the sponsorship for football night, I must decline. I have little interest in that. Wang Gan directly refused, but then shifted the conversation's direction. However, I have recently developed a mini-game called 2048, which I am preparing to launch. If your student council is interested, I would like your assistance in orchestrating a campus promotional event, such as the 2048 Campus Challenge. The sponsorship terms are negotiable. This endeavor requires a strategic launch to attract the initial core users, and the campus is undoubtedly an excellent entry point. Upon hearing this, Chen Xinyue's eyes brightened. She had anticipated a challenging effort to secure sponsorship, possibly facing rejection, yet Wang Gan unexpectedly proposed a collaborative project. Although she was entirely unfamiliar with the 2048 game and did not perceive a casual game as having significant potential, she astutely recognized the crux of the matter. This was Wang Gan's entrepreneurial venture, and he was willing to invest in it. This undoubtedly presented a remarkable opportunity for her to engage deeply with him and showcase her capabilities. The 2048 Campus Challenge? Chen Xinyue quickly recalibrated her thoughts, her face alight with excitement. Senior Wang, this idea is splendid. Our student council would be delighted to host such an event. It would not only enrich the extracurricular lives of students, but also promote your new game. A true win-win situation. Oh, you think it's feasible? Wang Gan observed her with keen interest. Absolutely feasible. Chen Xinyue instantly adopted her role, leveraging her eloquence as a foreign language student and the professionalism cultivated in her position in the outreach department. Senior Wang, we could approach it this way. She swiftly outlined a preliminary framework for the event, covering aspects from promotion and registration to competition processes and prize arrangements. Despite being improvised, her suggestions were coherent, revealing her commendable planning skills. Wang Gan listened, nodding to himself. This Chen Xinyue was indeed more astute and capable than he had anticipated, certainly more so than Zhang Hongxiang, who merely put on airs. All right, then it's settled, Wang Gan declared. Please return with a detailed proposal, including a budget. If the plan is sound, funding will not be an issue. For prizes, in addition to cash, we could include the latest tablets to create a buzz. Fantastic. Thank you for your trust, Senior Wang. I promise to deliver the proposal promptly. Chen Xinyue's cheeks flushed with excitement, her heart racing with joy. She realized she had seized this opportunity. Just then, Wang Gan's phone rang. It was the floors calling. Hello, Mr. Wang. Today, Ji Qinqin came by to order flowers, all popular varieties. I'll let her take them today, and I'll keep a record of the bill for you. Would you like to? The florist's tone held a subtle peculiarity. Wang Gan smiled slightly. It seemed Ji Qinqin truly regarded his flower shop as a complimentary supply route. Intriguing. Understood. Proceed, as she suggested. Wang Gan instructed casually before hanging up. Chen Xinyue, listening intently, felt a flicker of curiosity about the relationship between Wang Gan and Ji Qinqin. She was well aware that Ji Qinqin was widely recognized as the belle of the journalism department, pure and pristine, with numerous admirers. Wang Gan's indulgence towards her was evident. She momentarily flickered her gaze, silently committing this information to memory. Chapter 98. The emergence of brilliance 2 days later, on a crisp morning. In the luxurious apartment of Shuxian Jiayuan, Wang Gan enjoyed a restful night. The tranquility brought by his immense wealth allowed him to approach the imminent launch of his first commercial product with remarkable composure. He had no intention of attending school today. Everything was under his control. Dressed in an exquisite silk nightgown, Chen Jing delicately served freshly brewed Blue Mountain coffee and perfectly toasted bread to Wang Gan. Ever since their candid conversation with Sun Qing, Chen Jing had become more relaxed. She was exceedingly compliant with Wang Gan, voluntarily taking on various chores around the apartment, striving to play the role of a considerate confidant. Gun Skull. Sister Xia just sent a message stating that the Android version of 2048 has passed the App Store review and is ready for official launch. Chen Jing's voice was soft and melodious, tinged with a hint of deliberate flattery. Understood, Wang Gan replied, taking a sip of coffee, his gaze resting on the tablet before him. The screen displayed a chat group interface, comprised of seasoned online marketing team he had contacted through special channels. Their objective, the mobile game 2048, set to launch simultaneously across all platforms at 10 o'clock this morning. The requirements included generating buzz for the App Store download charts, securing 5-star reviews, and creating a comprehensive promotional campaign across various campus forums, social media, and groups to cultivate a sensational topic. With an unlimited budget, results were paramount. Wangan deftly tapped the virtual keyboard, issuing clear directives. The group promptly responded with assurances of task completion. They had long recognized the formidable purchasing power of this generous benefactor. Wangan nodded in satisfaction. In this era of information overload, even the finest products require robust promotional support. He sought not merely small-scale efforts from Maling University of Technology, but aimed to leverage it as a springboard to rapidly radiate throughout the entire university town and beyond. At the Student Union Office of Maling University of Technology, Chun Xinyue was orchestrating her newly formed 2048 Campus Vanguard, making final preparations for the 2048 Extreme Challenge. The office was cluttered with event materials, from custom promotional boards and banners to an array of exquisite gifts, the air thick with an exhilarating tension as the battle approached. Xinyue, all the promotional posters were put up last night, covering every teaching building, dormitory area, cafeteria, and bulletin board along the main thoroughfare. One team member reported, fatigue etched on her face from a night of hard work, yet her eyes sparkled with enthusiasm. WeVe also disseminated promotional copy and registration links across all available online channels, student union contact groups, campus platforms, confession walls, and secondhand trading groups. The response has been overwhelmingly positive. Many are eager to know what kind of extraordinary game 2048 is. Another girl responsible for online promotion added, taking a deep breath. Chun Xinyue surveyed the vibrant scene before her, a surge of accomplishment swelling within her. She understood that all of this emanated from that mysterious and formidable benefactor, Wangan, whose ambitions far exceeded her expectations. The allocation of funds for the event was remarkably swift, and the prizes alone were sufficient to drive the entire Maling University of Technology into a frenzy. Grand prize, the latest top-tier smartphone, 1 unit. First prize, 3 winners, 1 smartphone. Second prize, 10 winners, 1 unit of 500 yuan cash. Third prize, 50 winners, a custom 2048 commemorative t-shirt and 200 yuan cash. Participation prize for the first 1,000 registrants, a themed 2048 game keychain. Such lavish rewards had never been witnessed in the student council activities at Maling University before. Upon the announcement, the entire campus erupted with excitement. At precisely 10 o'clock in the morning, the 2048 game was launched across major app stores. Almost instantaneously, the online registration portal for the Maling University 2048 Extreme Challenge opened simultaneously on the official university WeChat account and the Student Council's WeChat account. Wangan's monetary prowess began to unleash its full potential. First came the App Store, under the deft operations of a professional team. The download numbers for 2048 surged at an astonishing rate. It climbed the charts in the casual gaming category and swiftly entered the recommended section. 5-star reviews flooded in, each distinct in wording, yet unified in expressing genuine players' astonishment and delight. I just saw the recommendation on the Maling University forum, tried it out, and I simply can't stop. My dorm mates have all succumbed. The interface is sleek, and the gameplay is addictive. Kudos to the conscientious developers. I heard there's a campus challenge with prizes. My goodness, I must participate. These comments accurately linked the game to the activities at Maling University, creating a synergistic effect between online and offline engagement. Within the campus, Chun Xinyue's promotional efforts resembled a boulder cast into a tranquil lake, stirring up ripples of excitement. A massive event booth was temporarily erected in the central square of the university. The backdrop prominently displayed the words 2048 Extreme Challenge alongside an enticing showcase of prizes. High-decibel sound systems played energetic music as several student council members, clad in matching attire, distributed flyers and answered inquiries. Hello, fellow students. Would you like to learn about the 2048 Extreme Challenge? Scan the code to download the game and register on-site for a chance to win grand prizes. Our competition consists of online preliminaries and offline finals, ensuring absolute fairness. Students, captivated by the impressive prizes and the intriguing game, pause to observe, inquire, and scan the QR code to download the app. The